Hello, my loves. I hope you're having a magical day wherever you are. Let's talk trauma bonding. I know that there are a number of people in our community and beyond that are experiencing trauma bonding, and this is sitting underneath why they continue to attract and stay within really unhealthy dynamics. So trauma bonding, basically what it is that when your unhealed wounds connect with or attach to and bond with somebody else's unhealed wounds. And in the early stages of a relationship, that can be incredibly intoxicating because often for the first time we might feel, because there's the sameness there, we might feel seen, we might feel understood. It can feel like home. You'll also find that that other person's most likely going to have had similar experiences to you growing up, which is why they have the same or similar unhealed wounds. So in the early stages where trauma bonding is occurring, it can also be the catalyst for an incredibly potent and powerful sexual chemistry. And again, this is where we get pulled right on in, and often the sexual chemistry is so potent that and intoxicating that we really lose ourselves. You know, it really clouds our judgment. We're unable, and if we're honest, a lot of the time unwilling to see the red flags because everything else feels so familiar and so right. So I don't know if you've noticed or experienced this before, but I know I certainly have. Just a wee bit of a personal share. I actually spent 10 years on and off in a relationship that I really thought was my twin flame, only to discover that the truth is that it was really quite toxic. And it wasn't until I dissolved the unhealed wounds that I had that were actually attaching to them that I was able to dissolve the trauma bonds. I had tried to get out of the situation many times and just could not. And the reason was because my wounds were attaching to his. And so that's the beauty of dissolving them. When you dissolve your wounds, you dissolve the trauma bond, you step out of that dynamic, and you don't get back into the same sort of dynamic again either. So what this often looks like, or I suppose a major hallmark that I see all the time, a hallmark of trauma bonding, is when somebody's in a relationship, they know it's not good. It might not be overtly abusive, but it's really toxic, it's really unhealthy, it's not feeling good to them, yet they're unable to leave. It might be that they minimize the other person's behavior, or they take the blame themselves, or they'll keep on giving them chances, hoping that this time they're actually going to do the right thing. They'll also accept empty apologies, again, hoping that this is going to be the last time. If this feels familiar to you or resonates, there's probably every chance that you've experienced or are experiencing trauma bonding too. So, some other signs of trauma bonding. So we've got powerful sexual chemistry early in the relationship, and as I mentioned before, that will often completely cloud your judgment. It also provides a platform where we often just completely lose ourselves. We stop doing the things that we would normally do. We start just really merging with their life really quickly. And also, we've often got an unwillingness to actually see the red flags. You'll find that we can't walk away from the relationship, or it causes us a lot of anxiety or angst, to think about walking away from the relationship, even when you know that it's not good for you. In the early days, trauma bonding will look like love bombing, stalking them. Like if you're finding yourself, checking their stories all the time, or trying out information, or Googling them, chances are you've got a trauma bond happening there from your side to them. Often people will lose themselves in fantasies about how the relationship might look further down the track, and yet they've only just started dating. One of the other signs is when you can't stop thinking about them and you have those obsessive thoughts, or you're constantly looking for opportunities or creating opportunities to talk about them to anybody who will listen. Those are all signs that you're actually experiencing trauma bonding. So, how to heal? So the key here is when you dissolve your unhealed wounds at the origin in your subconscious mind, you dissolve the trauma bonds. And that allows you to step out of relationships that are really not serving you. It also means that going forward, you don't attract other people that have those wounds either. Because if you've dissolved those wounds within your subconscious mind and your energy field, you will no longer attract people to you that have those wounds. When we're carrying unhealed wounds, they're highly magnetic, and that's one of the reasons why we keep on drawing in the same kind of people again and again and again. So the secret is dissolve those wounds, and then A, you step out of that dynamic, B, you stop attracting that dynamic, and C, you up level and you start attracting partners into your life that are of a much higher vibration and a far more healthy alignment with you. So I have found personally and through my practice, this is an area obviously I specialize in, and I do, every week and have done for many years, a lot of this kind of work. And I've found the most effective way to do this is through inner child work, but not just standard inner child work. The inner child work must be done in your subconscious. Because even if you fully understand why you're doing what you're doing, it is not going to stop you doing it because the patterns are sitting in your subconscious and the conscious awareness is in a different part of the brain. We need to dissolve it at the origin. So I've got a few different ways to actually help you do this. So I've got some free guided healings available on YouTube. Please absolutely check those out if you're called to. I've also got, I've created a self-healing course for those of you who want to actually self-heal but have really powerful tools to do so. This is a Dissolving Codependency course, and within this course we've got we dissolve the abandonment wound, we dissolve the not good enough wound, we dissolve the low self-worth, we dissolve people pleasing, we dissolve caretaking and fixing, judgment against yourself. We also dissolve whatever blocks you've got sitting there that are stopping you from setting really solid boundaries. So super important to those of you and us who have experienced trauma bonding before. So the Dissolving Codependency course is available for you to get started. And also, of course, I offer one-to-one in my full immersion Heal Your Inner Child course, which is a lot deeper and a lot more accelerated. But even with my Dissolving Codependency course, you can expect to start getting results and relief from the very first healing that you do. Okay, my loves, look, just know that healing from whatever stage you're at right now, it is totally available to you. You just need to actually take those steps and really back yourself, because you are worth it and you deserve to heal. Now, I'm going to leave some links underneath here, or if you're wanting to check out the program or the Dissolving Codependency course, just click on the link on my bio and it will take you straight through. Okay, my loves, I hope this was useful to you, and I am sending you so much love and stardust. Mwah!